Hey, Joni here from the Strong Mom Society. Thank you so much for signing up. Here is your 10-minute freebie workout. Let's go. So for this workout, I've got a set of 2-pound weights. You're welcome to use something bigger or nothing at all. We're gonna start with that diaphragmatic breath. I want you to take your hands and just find your bottom 2 ribs. And I want you to start to knock front, around the sides, and to the back. And I want you to start to visualize your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is your major breathing muscle, and it sits right underneath those bottom 2 ribs. Now, as we take a nice deep inhale, I want you to imagine filling your ribs and belly with air, and then exhale, just let that go. We're gonna bring our hands down to our lowest part of the abdominal wall. As you breathe out, I want you to activate your pelvic floor. So we're gonna close and lift those pelvic floor muscles. You're gonna imagine that you're stopping the flow of urine at the front, stopping yourself from passing gas at the back. On the breath out, and on the breath in, take a full release. So we inhale with the diaphragm, fill the ribs and belly. Exhale, close and lift the pelvic floor. And then I want you to just start to feel a little bit of wrapping activation up the front of the abdominal wall. Inhale, fill. Exhale, close and lift, and wrap. Take one more just like that. Inhale, fill, ribs and belly. Relax your pelvic floor. Exhale, close and lift your pelvic floor, and zip or wrap or hug up the front of the body. Take your 2-pound weights. We're gonna take that same activation and we're gonna go up and down into a kneeling squat. Find that place between your shoulder blades just to open up those chest muscles. We're gonna inhale, fill, exhale, just rise up and lower back down. Inhale, release, exhale, rise. We're gonna add those arms on this next one. Exhale, bring the arms up and forward. You're gonna keep your shoulder blades drawing together, back behind you, as you zip up the front of the body and you keep your shoulders from rounding forward. So we're coordinating that breath and that core activation with this lift through the arms, focusing on the shoulder blades and the chest muscles as we come up. Take 2 more. Last one. We're gonna stay up, hug those elbows in. We're just gonna take a bicep curl. Inhale, fill ribs and belly. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, zip up the front of the body. We're gonna take 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those elbows to your shoulders, sit back down again. We're gonna kneel up and we're gonna bring those arms into an overhead press. So we're gonna exhale, inhale, exhale, in and out. So what you're starting to do is pay attention to where your breath is. The most important part of any workout during pregnancy and postpartum is your breath. Where's your inhale? Where's your exhale? Give me 2 more here. Last one. Great. We're gonna keep these. Get yourself up to standing. Don't forget about your breath. Drive through your heel, find your glute, fire that core, and get yourself up. We're gonna come into a nice wide-ish position. Feet are just natural underneath you. And before we add those arms, I want you to just take your hips back and forth. You're finding that hinge at the front of the hip sockets. And then what we're gonna do is bend down into a squat. Now you can hear me breathing because again, that breath is the most important thing that you're gonna pay attention to. We never wanna clench, hold, or stop breathing during a workout. We want that constant flow of air going in, air going out, using that diaphragmatic breath because the diaphragm is the top of that inner core unit. That inner core unit is what we're training during pregnancy and postpartum. We've got 2 more here. And last one. We're gonna bring those arms up through the center of the body. Squeeze your elbows together at the front, shoulder blades together at the back. Little lift and lower here. And I want you to constantly realign. Find that spot right between the shoulder blades. Inhale, ribs and belly. Exhale, zip it at the front. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna open and close here. Open, goalposts. Breathe in, breathe out. 8 counts, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna come into a one-legged balance. Find those hips nice and even, facing front. You're gonna bend this knee, just drop those hands down to the sides. Hinge at the hips. Little lift and lower here. You should feel the glute on that standing leg firing like crazy as this drives you up and down out of the ground. Keep your chest and shoulders open. One more here. Switching legs, even out the pelvis. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, get into it. Reach, pull. Finding that glute on that standing leg. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to 2 legs here. We're gonna take a rotation. Pull, rotate. Then we're gonna go low, center, low, center. Find your breath. Find that squat at the bottom. And as you take those arms down, make sure that you're not rounding through your spine. I want you to use those glute muscles, those legs, to get you in and out of the ground. I'm gonna pick up this pace a little bit. Make this a little more cardio. You're welcome to go at the pace that makes sense for your body. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last set. Good, back to those squats. Down and up. Still working those biceps with those curls. Finding those glutes at the bottom. 2 more, 2. Last one. We're gonna bring our feet into parallel underneath us. We're gonna step back just a few inches. Drive your weight into your front heel. Hinge at the hips. And then we're just gonna pull those arms in and out, press. Now most of my weight is on my front leg. So I'm feeling my weight drive down into that heel. I'm feeling this glute fire. 4, squeezing the shoulder blades together. 2, last one. Switching legs. Take it back just a few inches, few feet actually. Hinge at the hips, find your glute, drop those arms. Push and pull here. Chest is lifted. Still finding that breath. 8 more counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna put these down. We're gonna go into one very quick cardio interval. Option 1. I like to call these stars. You're just gonna step out together, taking these at your own pace. Now this is where we all start because this is where I want you to find your breath. Where is that diaphragm? Or are you breathing into that upper chest? Can you feel your ribs and belly instead? The other thing I want you to check in with is your pelvic floor. Do you have any pain, pressure, leaking, incontinence? If so, you're gonna scale it back even a step from here. But if this feels good, next level up is to go. That exhale, as we learned at the very beginning of this series, is where we're lifting the pelvic floor. So I'm thinking lift. And if this feels okay in your body, you're gonna kick it up into those high jacks. Again, keep this going as long as your pelvic floor feels safe. No pain, no pressure, no incontinence. Give me 5 more counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. We're gonna take a quick stretch. Inhale those arms up above your head. Exhale down through the center with either your hands on your knees or your elbows. Let that head dangle. Give your pelvis a little shift here from side to side. I'm gonna drop myself down into all 4s. From here, I'm just gonna take a very gentle tuck and tilt in the pelvis. And after a cardio burst, we wanna try to get ourselves back into that diaphragmatic breath. We talk about this breath a lot in Strong Mom Society and how important it is to use your diaphragm because it's all part of your core. We're gonna circle that pelvis around. If you're not breathing, using this muscle as your main breathing muscle, chances are your pelvic floor, your transverse abdominis, those lower abdominals are also not firing correctly. We're gonna come down, bring the soles of the feet together, sits bones down, head is up, pitch yourself forward. Just drop that head down, relax your pelvic floor. So at the beginning, we cue that lift, that close and lift. Here, I want you to feel a release. It's important for that pelvic floor to have balance. It goes through that full range of motion, just like you would a bicep curl. You want your pelvic floor to lift and then you want it to let go. So you want to be able to feel the difference between the two. And then let's take one leg out, one leg in. We're just gonna take that side body stretch over towards those toes. Lengthen out through the fingertips to head over to the other side. Lift up, take that side stretch. Feel free to take a few extra stretches if you need them. Otherwise, close those eyes, feel that nice grounded position underneath you. Big breath in, big breath out. Go ahead and open your eyes. Great job. 10 minutes, you're in and out today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you inside of Strong Mom Society.